Yeah, Rivals, it's a dangerous guy because it's a boxing. One punch, go home. This is dangerous, man. I know. But.
So therefore, the only way, if anyone is to beat him, is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Alexander Usyk.
One of number 2 in these defenses.
Yeah.
Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. Dubois number 2. He's taken like, all right, who's the next in line? All right, I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
That's the way he's doing it.
Imagine a heavyweight beast calling out the undefeated king. Usyk just roasted Mayweather on Live TV, and what he said, it'll shock every boxing fan alive. Alexander Usyk, calm but savage, shook the world when he said on Live TV, I've faced the best, and I still came out on top. And even now, my legs are better than his. That wasn't just a flex, it was a challenge. A reminder that Usyk isn't just fighting, he's making statements with every word in every round.
Terry, don't be afraid.
Well, good evening. Hope you're enjoying our Monday night football coverage. Alexander Usyk, not a bad striker in his time. Thierry and Jamie are in studio. If you were fighting Thierry Henry, how would you get inside of his head?
Yeah, Terry is great flair, but hey, Terry, my legs be better with you. Terry, don't be afraid. My legs better.
What'd you make of that?
Sometimes you have to stay.
With retirement just around the corner, Usyk has only 2 fights left. But these aren't just farewell bouts, they're historic. Fans know this is the last chance to witness a true gladiator. Every opponent now isn't just facing Usyk, they're facing legacy.
From Usyk that he's got 2 more fights in the bag at this point, that you reckon, yeah?
I interviewed him before. I sat down with him and had a chat with him before the Bois fight. And yeah, he was just like, I've got 2 fights left.
So he's never fought in the Ukraine, he's never fought in his home country, or defended his title, I should say. So that's got to be on his wish list.
I would imagine so, but with what's going on in this country, it's just a disgrace. It's still going on. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Anytime soon, no. But hopefully we'll get some peace there, and then maybe you will get...
Yeah, I'd love to, yeah. I'd love to see peace in his country and for him and his family. And that would be an amazing event.
The WBO made it official. Usyk must defend his title against interim champ Joseph Parker. The countdown has begun. Parker, fresh off explosive wins over Deontay Wilder and Martin McCall, is hungry. This isn't just another title defense. It's a legacy test.
My gut feeling is that Joseph Parker fights the WBO belt, but he doesn't fight Alexander Usyk. He fights the next man up. I haven't got the list in front of me, so I don't know the rankings. So I guess if you're Joseph Parker, the question is, I mean, what is it you want? Ultimately, if you want a world title shot and you think you've been blackballed from getting a world title shot or pushed to the back, then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number 1 for the world title, and that guy is Alexander Usyk. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened.
And it's not just Parker. Hayapataya, the rising phenom, openly dreams of stepping in the ring with Usyk. That's respect. That's proof of Usyk's impact. Young lions now want to fight him, not just for belts, but to share history.
I know a goal of yours is to go to heavyweight. You're giving me a little smirk. Like, is that like a dream scenario for you to fight one of those 2 guys?
I would love to fight Usyk, you know, respectfully. You know, I've always been so close to him. You know what I mean? Like I was, but I was 16 years old. I qualified for the Olympics. I competed at 17, little kid, and he won that Olympic Games. Like I've always been there. You know what I mean? I've always just been. It wasn't my time yet, you know, but I feel like my time's coming.
Unlike many champions who protect their record, Usyk did the opposite. He jumped into the heavyweight deep end, hunting down the most dangerous names. And what did he do? He beat them twice over. His 2 victories against Tyson Fury rewrote what we thought was possible.
Him is by knockout. And this isn't Floyd Mayweather boxing at 147 pounds and probably being in the ring at 155, maybe something like that. This is Alexander Usyk, who is fighting big big men, sometimes giving up 40-pound weight advantages. And unfortunately, that does mean that if Alexander Usyk goes on for 4, 5, 6 more fights, of course, he is going to be defeated, in my opinion. But I would love that to not be the case. I would love it to not be the case. What I would love to be the case right now, as a boxing fan, is Alexander Usyk to walk off into the sunset. I think he's proven everything that he could possibly prove. And there's been debates, and especially I remember after the first few Joshua fights, there were debates over sort of Alexander Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield.
Floyd Mayweather. The name screams perfection. But now, whispers are turning into roars. Is Usyk today's true pound-for-pound king? Multiple weight classes, undisputed titles, and the biggest names under his belt. The debate is heating up.
Debates over sort of Alexander Usyk's status compared to Evander Holyfield. Listen, that argument, a lot of people wanted to rubbish that at first. That argument is a real argument that can be made now, because when you look at what Alexander Usyk's done, remember Evander Holyfield was in a cruiserweight division that I'm not going to say was in its infancy, but it wasn't, it wasn't the cruiserweight division that Alexander Usyk was in. The cruiserweight division that Alexander Usyk was in, I believe, was a more stacked, more competitive cruiserweight division. And the way Usyk left that division, he left it by cleaning it out. The World Boxing Super Series tournament was something that actually got the best fighting the best and got the best names coming into it and entering, and we weren't really seeing that at the time.
Turki Usyk, the man behind the biggest fights, is now circling this fantasy match. Usyk versus Mayweather. Sounds crazy, maybe. But with Turkey involved, nothing's impossible. If this goes down, boxing history will be made.
I think Floyd is one of the worst fighters ever. That's my hot take on Floyd. Now let me stop trolling. Now that I got y'all baited in. I think we always say like, oh, how great Floyd is. But when you really sit there and think about it, Floyd was really special. Like, when we talk about generational, it's going to be a very, very, very long time till we see Floyd. Like, Pernell was great. He was a great defensive wizard. Pernell trapped himself a lot. He was able to find himself out of his own traps. Pernell would give up outside lead foot position to a lot of big punchers, and he was still able to be elusive and get away. That's impressive. Floyd would sit on the ropes against guys like Canelo, Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Cotto, and either evade every shot or get away. Generation, like, Floyd is crazy. He's not my favorite fighter. He's far from my favorite, but I think he's the best pound-for-pound fighter of all time. I don't think there's much debate for it. Did Floyd fight everybody he was supposed to? No, we got to be honest. He just didn't. Most people don't. Did Floyd fight everybody at their best? No, that's impossible. Was Floyd the most slippery, defensively sound, technical boxers of all time? Hell yeah. Like I said, I'm not the hugest Floyd fan, but I just sit here watch him dominate my boy Canelo. You guys know Canelo, he's one of my favorite, but God, Floyd, different type of boxer, We hated him when he was here. I kind of miss Floyd now.
Despite all the gold and glory, Usyk remains grounded. No arrogance, no theatrics, just respect. His character is why fans love him. He's the rare warrior who fights with both fists and humility, something the sport desperately needs.
Up in different directions. Even I wasn't sure, because although I believe Usyk is the fighter of the generation in this weight class, he's at an age where, overnight you sort of show up and you don't have it anymore. Ali randomly lost to Leon Spinks around this age or whatnot, So you could get where all of a sudden, it's not there on the night. So And you had
heavyweights takes 1 second. One split second, you're off.
Yeah, exactly. And you also had a very motivated Dubois to add to that second, who's a very powerful puncher and has sort of this bully mentality when he gets you in an uncomfortable position. But, Usyk, flawless performance technically, stepping out to that weak side consistently, mixing up the jabs, making things uncomfortable for Dubois rhythm-wise.
He seemed more aggressive, right? Normally, I think with some of the bigger guys, he slides that weak side, slides that weak side. This was different.
I think with Dubois, the psychology is kind of out of the bag in that you got to kind of bully the bully, and Dubois came out trying to bully him a little bit, so he started touching him and hitting him, and he started taking it to him because he started backing him up, he started putting him in a situation where he starts to doubt himself, and Dubois doesn't really come back from that very often. As a matter of fact,
he doesn't bend, he breaks.
In the fight, I thought he's a little bit awkward, Dubois. I don't know, but
he's one of those awkward strong guys.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong, awkward as hell.
He goes down and he takes the full count, and then he just gets up at 10 and walks across the ring right in front of Usyk, who's celebrating middle of the ring, like with his hands up in the air. Just casually walks right by Usyk's celebration as if he didn't just get counted out to 10.
Foreman Ali. Remember, he walks right to his corner.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, you could have got up. Like, you waited to 10, and then
he was a beaten man.
You waited to 10, and then not only you get up, you don't even have the presence of mind to realize, like, I'm walking right into the picture where he's celebrating.
But Paulie, he was a beaten man before the first knockdown. You saw his spirit leave his body. Not as if he's dying. I mean, his fighting spirit just completely leave his body.
Yeah.
And we've seen that before. It happened the last time. And a lot of people were asking me during fight week. They're like, "Hey, man, Dubois looks really good. What do you think?" I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Even now, parts of the world still underrate him. But Usyk uses that as fuel in every ring. He brings silent rage, not to prove critics wrong, but to remind the world legends aren't made by hype. They're built by heart, pain, and war.